how Gears of War almost didn't have a multiplayer. That got recommended to me out of nowhere, and that hit hard. Gears of War is where I started making videos. That game changed my life, unironically. The multiplayer of it specifically. My life would be so drastically different if multiplayer didn't happen for Gears of War.
Generally speaking, somebody who is a level...
That's such a crazy thought. Just something as simple as a multiplayer component of a game actually changed my entire fucking life. I almost didn't even get Gears of War either. It was 2006, and this is when I was still like shopping for games just based off of how cool the cover was. And I was back and forth on if Gears of War's cover was cool enough to be a good game. So I ended up just like holding on to it while walking around GameStop for a bit while my mom was shopping in the mall. And then I eventually just decided why not. I mean, it wasn't my money anyway. My mom was buying it, so I didn't really have anything to lose besides time. And the rest is history. Ended up loving the game.
Seriously, it's, you know, it's some guy with
God,
a
the
chainsaw going,
chainsaw's so good.
and slicing someone in half, and it was gross as like the Gears.
I need to
were.
replay the
really
Gears series, even though Gears 1 is the only one I ever really liked that much.
It was always about being. You would have like
the
a
characters
low
in
poly
Gears were
character
some of the
that
most
had just what color
remarkable
is it?
muscle
You know, there's one texture that's
mountains
mapped on there.
ever.
It's like this guy's got brown hair. And
that
he's
shit
got
was
this
just
color
so
skin, and he's wearing
over the top
cloak that's this
manly.
color. But as soon as we started doing stuff that there's like
God, just
all these
look at
different facets of
Marcus's
texture.
neck. It's like an actual tree trunk with a face on it. He looks like the goddamn Deku tree. So good. So fucking good.
As I go on to more than that, we weren't really having a whole lot of fun playing.
The maps were so good in
Gears. We were very
Gears.
much on the fence that like I don't
That's
even know if
Clock Tower
multiplayer is
right
gonna
there.
make it in Gears.
I haven't played
And
Gears in
we were, you know, at the start of
12
summer, and
years
this
now.
thing is shipping in fall.
I think I still remember
There
every
was a
map.
very specific moment where we
Where
were having
every
those
weapon is.
discussions of or whatever. It just organically happened, and Gridlock allowed
Man, they
every
had the
example of that
IGN
to just
reviewer
happen
playing this game
naturally.
right now.
We had just finished.
Well,
the
who is
playtest,
playing
and
this?
Everybody was super excited about it.
You're hurting my feelings.
And it was a very like,
shotgun from that
open
distance.
discussion in that room with the people who were playtesting that. As
God,
to
is the
whether,
guy who couldn't complete the
is
Cuphead
this
tutorial?
enough
What is going on?
There was a fair amount of freedom, kind of like how Unreal Tournament had maps from all different.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Really,
He wasn't
recall
even
ever a
moving.
Specific moment when we were like,
Gears of War 1 is still unmatched in that franchise. There is no Gears game that has the same feel as the first one. There's such a drastic difference in the gameplay. So, like, even Gears of War Ultimate Edition is trash compared to Gears of War on the 360. Like, they changed it. It's just such a visceral impact to old Gears of War 1. Whereas in, like, Gears 2, 3, 4, 5, it just feels like everyone that you shoot is just a balloon of meat that just pops. In Gears 1, it feels like you actually murder somebody. Let's do, like, a... What's, like, an old-school montage? I'm trying to think of a really cool one. I think a Fallen Tree used to have some cool ones. I used to know him on Xbox Live. Okay, I'm not trying to get DMCA'd. But you need to hear the sound, because the sound design in Gears is also what made it so special. The headshot sound in Gears 1 is still one of the most satisfying things in gaming. It just has this beautiful little... There's a little pop, and then, like, blood flying out. It's so good. So much better than the other Gears games. I remember Dreams No Evil had some bangers. Oh, and Alexis on Fire. I'll just eat the DMCA on this one. This song is so good. I wish I never deleted all my montages. And he's using a Dazzle capture card, no doubt. Ah, fuck. God, this game is so good. This is actually where Nick Merckx started as well. Nick Merckx used to be a pro Gears of War player. I don't know how many people knew that, but yeah. I remember hearing about Nick Merckx when I was younger, because if I remember correctly, he had a Game Battles account where he was kind of nuts. This game just, it bred champions is what it did. Oh, MLG? Quality's top tier. All we had back then were Dazzle, Platinum capture cards, and then eventually Hap Hog, which was worse.
That's going to be now a 4-on-3 situation. We do have right now in the lead Maze going back towards C2.
But you see how no one uses the Lancer? Because the pistol was better. You could pop heads from a distance, whereas the Lancer, you could only down them. Man.
If you got the accuracy going in and
I've been feeling real nostalgic recently. What he just did there is called a weapon slide. So typically when you pick up a weapon in Gears, you stand still to pick it up. But if you hit the pickup plus cover, so X plus A, you slide your thumb X to A, you'll pick up the weapon while sliding to cover so you don't get punished.
And that's huge. Every kill matters.
There are so many glitches in Gears that also just increased everything and made it even fucking wilder, like Kung Fu Flip, Crab Walk. It was so good. Is there any Gears of War gamer rage? Bro, that whole community was nothing but gamer rage. It was amazing. I remember there was a guy in the community called It's Milkbone, and he was like the #1 1v1 sniper battler, and he had a YouTube channel with just a picture of him and his girlfriend on it, and the community was so mean to him. He wasn't even like a bad looking guy or anything, he was like a skater or something, but all the comments were like, I can't believe that girl's with you. She must just use your face to wipe her ass with it and shit like that for no reason. For no reason at all. This shit went so wild. Oh, I used to be friends with Demon Punisher. Yeah. Did he... I don't really remember his montages too well, though. I remember this guy because when I was like 14, he was like 19, and he told a story to us where he had sex with his girlfriend at a church, and I thought for sure me hearing that was going to send me to hell. I wish I still had my montages. This thing he used right here, this was Sony Vegas 7. So the community, what we did is we'd pirate Sony Vegas 7. Allegedly would pirate Sony Vegas 7. And what you would do here is you'd crop out the guy for no reason and then add the TV noise sound effect to him and just move him around a little bit. And this was considered good editing. So I had to learn this technique. And it took me hours. It took me hours just to do some shit like this. And I used to put it in my montages randomly, and I was so fucking proud of it. A lot of these editing techniques you'll see here are shared across the entire Gears community because we all communicated with each other and did the same shit when it came to editing montages. Man, what a wild time. Everyone knew everyone hated everyone, but all bonded together under a mutual love of posting montages. Talking shit through voice messages on 360 hits different. Talking shit hits so differently back then. This wasn't Gears, but back in Halo 2 on the original Xbox, the shit talking there was next level. I got Xbox Live, I think, in 2004, because I would have been 10 years old at the time, and I started it at 10. And I will never forget one fucking guy when I was playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, Summit Strike, I think, when that came out. One guy got so fucking mad at me, or it might have even been Halo 2 actually, I don't recall now. But he said like, he called me out, my name was Fast Fighter. He said, Fast Fighter, your mom's gonna get it hardcore tonight for you being a little dickhead. And I didn't know like what that meant. So I thought he was going to like assassinate my mom. So I left the game and like with tears in my eyes told my mom what happened. And I was like really worried for her safety, so I was just so fearful of this fucking dude from Ghost Recon coming and beating my mom's ass because I was beating him in the game. Oh, what a fucking wild time, man. So innocent, so innocent. Did you have a cool YouTube intro for your montage videos? Yeah, actually. Some of my montages still exist, but not all of them. I had like 1,000 videos I deleted, but some of them still exist. So like my Torque Bow Ricochet montages still exist. You can see some of my old intro in here. I used to only use Christian music as well because I was afraid if I used regular rock I might go to hell. It needed to be music that worshipped God. So this is Pillar. Could have used Under Oath. I didn't know they were Christian at the time. I used to tape a crosshair to the middle of the screen for quick scope and peek shot, no shame. Yeah, that was really frowned upon. What did they used to call it? Dotting? I think it was dotting. Are you religious? No, I used to be though, like very much so. Like I said, I got baptized twice because I was worried the Lord might have missed the first one. Like he was just busy that day. So I had my parents get me another baptism when I was like 11. What made you stop being religious? I was fucking miserable. I was always afraid of everything. In two of the stories I told, in two of the stories I've already told tonight alone, one of the themes was I was afraid I'd go to hell. From just A, hearing about my friend having sex, and the second one, not listening to Christian music. I fucking hated it. I was so scared all the time. Were your parents understanding, or were your parents understanding, or were they not okay with you becoming non-religious? Bro, my parents were never religious. I fucking forced them to go to church and shit against their will. Like, they hated it. I was the one trying to convert them aggressively. How the hell did that happen? One of my neighborhood friends was the son of a pastor, so when we'd hang out, he'd always be talking about religion and shit, and it stuck. So then I got like real like wild with it. I'm still holding on to hope that somewhere, someday, an old YouTube employee from 2009 or 2010 for some reason has a backup of everything that existed on the site as of that moment, so that way I can finally have all my old videos back. Or one old subscriber for some reason downloaded every single one of my videos just to have them. I'm just praying for that miracle to happen someday. I want to show those so badly. I even made some Gears of War skits once. So I had some of that too. Ugh, I want it so bad. My first montage has me, because I used to use a camcorder, it has me when I was 11. At least I would have been 11 for Gears of War. And some guy had called me a loser. So when I ended up killing him for my montage, I said, like, take that, loser, or I'm not a loser now, or something like that. And it was like the crux of the montage. It was so cool.